What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and this is going to be my first impression and the stat speculation for the new summer banner that we're getting this year, the first summer banner actually. So there's a bit of a meme with this banner. So basically this got leaked on Twitter by the official FEH account of English, and this was nowhere to be found on the game itself, on the announcement board, or even on the Japanese Twitter account. So that was really weird, and then they took down the video and said they're gonna be uploading it at the regular time. So, you know, the tradition continues of FEH where summer banners just get leaked every year. So the first unit we have is Summer Selena. Now you guys know I'm a sucker for Camus archetypes, and I really love like Selina's art and voice acting. It's just perfect. So really happy that she's in the game. I would honestly plus and merge her if she was a 4-star focus unit, but she's gonna be a 5-star focus, so that's gonna be just not worth it. We'll take too much orbs. So she is gonna be a green cavalier, and we do have a couple of green cavaliers already. Even one of the better ones in green Olwyn did get a weapon refine, and this is pretty similar to her weapon refine pretty much, except that it's not a blade tome. So yeah, exotic fruit juice is the legendary weapon that she has got. So it gives her +3 attack, and it inflicts -6 speed and resistance on foes within 2 spaces during combat. So this is nothing new, and we have seen this with someone like Tharja's Hex weapon refine, or even Kyria actually. So this kind of effect is really good because this is always going to be active for the unit, and you can also use this effect to support your allies. So this is incredibly good as an in-combat debuff because it can easily stack up with the visible debuffs. So she's got drawback, attack speed push, and a new line of skill, speed rest snag. And this is a slot B skill, so it's going to be incredibly competitive, and this is mostly going to be used on units who are support units with shove or smite. So if a movement as a skill is used by unit or target's unit, inflicts -6 speed and resistance debuff on nearest foes within 4 spaces of both unit and target through their next action. So this is a really useful skill in that regard for spreading debuff, especially if you are gonna be using a unit whose weapon really depends on a debuff, kind of like Gangril's Levin Dagger or a Broadleaf Fan. So in that sense, you need the debuffs for the extra damage output, and you just need the debuffs on the enemy to activate your weapon for many units. And debuffs in general are pretty good because it's the only way to get rid of them is with Harsh Command Plus or by getting danced. In that sense, this could be pretty nice in Ether Raid's offense on smite bots where you run smite or shove, but ultimately you're going to be facing competition from the link skills, which are easily available in the Grail pool. Except for attack speed link, of course. I don't know when these people are going to be adding that. But basically, the thing with link skills is that it's not going to get erased by opponents' harsh command or dance like this debuff can be. But you could make the argument that with a link skill, you're really susceptible to panic in general. And to lull skills, of course, which are getting really popular in the metagame. So overall, this could be a useful support skill. And debuffs are always going to be pretty useful. We have more and more ways of spreading penalties and debuffs in general. So this just follows that trend. So here she's going to be battling this 4-star green mage, which is really weird. So I calculated the stats based on this interaction, and I think she's going to be having around like 36 attack, and she's going to be pretty fast, of course, because she's got attack speed push 4. And I think she's going to be having higher resistance, of course, and she's going to be kind of min-max because Selina is pretty popular character in general. Basically just a better Halloween Lara Shell, I guess you could say that, if we're comparing her to the seasonal units. So really happy about Selina, but I hope her original version could release in the game. That would be really good, and I hope she's not stuck in the seasonal hell. And then we have Summer Joshua. This is another unit I'm really excited for. Basically, GBA games were my childhood, so I'm just so excited whenever any of these units get added into the game or just get an alt. So Joshua as a red infantry archer. So you already know he's gonna live in the shadow of Igreen and Midori, of course. Well, Midori is more defensively oriented, but Joshua, our boy here, is gonna be definitely offensive. So Coral Bow Plus is basically the same thing as with Selina's weapon, but this is inheritable, and this is a pretty decent inheritable weapon. But I would say in the long run, this kind of loses to Spendthrift Bow, which gives you +7 attack, +7 defense, and +7 resistance essentially. But the thing is that your special cooldown does get reset after the combat. Still, you could just use 2 turn cooldown specials. And this can also be compared to Bouquet Bow from Summer Louise. Not Summer Louise, Bridal Louise. So Bridal Louise does have that, but that's only active in the player phase. This is active in both phases, and this can be used to support the allies. But overall, like, it's decent. It's not like too good because of the competition that's already present. So it's got Shove, Attack Speed Link, and Fortify Defense 4. I'm not gonna lie, they had us in the first half because I thought he's gonna be the demote unit and I was so excited. But then I saw Fortify Defense 4 and I was like, yeah, there's no way in a million years they're gonna have him as a 4-star focus. So I'm gonna be going over his stats, which I'm expecting out of him. He's gonna take out those bow flyers. So doubling a bow flyer is kind of impressive because they're a bit fast compared to the other generic enemies, but he does get the -5 speed and defense debuff from his bow. So I'm expecting a stat spread similar to this. Basically, once again, he is going to be living in the shadow of Igreen, but unlike Igreen, he will be having a bit more bulk, I think. So that could be something again. So that is going to be Joshua. And then we have got Summer Lute. So Summer Lute as a 4-star focus, blue flying mage, and that's pretty good because the only easily available flying mage we have in the game still in 2020 is Aversa. That's it. All of the other flying mages are 5-star exclusives, but this one is going to be a 4-star focus, so it's actually pretty good and pretty unique. Now, she does have quite a bit of competition in that category with Summer Camilla, Summer Legarn, of course, and Summer Corinth, the original one. So Flora Guide Plus is another inheritable weapon similar to Joshua's weapon, -5 speed and resistance debuff within 2 spaces. So that's pretty good actually for her. But as an inheritable weapon, I cannot imagine a lot of units wanting this if they don't already have a preferred weapon. Most of them already do. So like 2 seasonal units like Spring Lucina, maybe this could be something if she's like your favorite unit or something. So pretty decent in that regard, I guess, but always in the damage output, you're gonna be losing to Blade Tomes, you know, for those kinds of units like Spring Lucina, who are just so power crept beyond any kind of hope of saving them with a weapon refiner or anything like that. So she's got Swap, Sealed Speed, Resistance, which just makes me so laugh. I just want to laugh so hard that we're getting this in 2020. This was actually a skill that was never released with this line. And sealed skills were basically never relevant since launch. Even since launch, nobody really cared about these sealed skills. So Speed Tactic is really good actually if you do get multiple copies of her, because you would have to spend grails to get New Year Air for the Speed Tactic currently, but still available as a Sacred Seal always. So Summer Lute is going to be taking out the Sword Knight here. That animation is really pretty, I must say. So this is the stat spread I'm expecting. Basically similar to Summer Legarn, but without a preferred weapon, basically, and having more resistance, I guess. So this is definitely something I'm expecting out of Lute. She continues the tradition of a blue mage flyer. And then at last we have got something that confuses me to my core. Like, what is this? Mia and Masked Lucina together. I mean, I do realize they have interacted in phase lore before, like 2 times I think, at the time of Far-Fetched Heroes. So she is a Dagger Cavalry unit, and Mia's voice actress has got recast, I believe. So Robin Bell now voices her. Before it was Lani Minilla, I believe, and people really grew to her voice acting. So I know many people might not like this, that she has got recast, but yeah, let's see about the voice lines whenever we get the data mine. So yeah, she's a new type of unit basically, as you'll see. So cavalry unit, and for some reason fighting Sothis. I mean, nothing makes sense anymore. So Summer Strikers is her legendary weapon, 14 might, and does have -1 special cooldown. So it's basically like Kagero Dart, but has more damage reduction to 75%. And you just need to meet the 2 conditions, which is, you know, be above 25% HP and also be in player phase. So this is only going to be active in the player phase. And if you have that condition active, which is pretty easy to meet, then you're going to get +5 speed and +5 attack. And it reduces damage from the foe's first hit by 75%. So this might not seem too much, but if you have played against Kagero, you know how threatening she is because of that. She doesn't die, despite looking so squishy. she just doesn't. And this is even better damage reduction. So yeah, she's definitely gonna be a force to be reckoned with in Ether Raid's defense. But still, I don't think she completely outclasses Kagero, because Kagero is still an infantry unit, has got access to infantry pellets and stuff like that, and can actually run the impact skills like Sturdy Impact and Mirror Impact. And if you've played against a Kagero with a pre-charged Ignis or Laces, you know what Fear is, essentially. One of the best free-to-play Ether Raid's defense units in general. So I don't think she completely outclasses Kagero, but Mia is gonna be an annoying unit to face if a lot of people pull for her, and we don't know if she's got the dual skill, kind of like the dual units. So I don't know if we're gonna be facing her in arena or not, because this basically sets up for Wings of Mercy allies so easily, because it's so easy to survive the first hit, because she's gonna be incredibly fast. You have the 75% damage reduction, she lives, she triggers Wings of Mercy of all of the allies, and then they just gang up on you. So she's got reposition to Sparrow 3, Speed Defense Snag, which is like a decent skill I guess on them, but there's definitely much better options, and Attack Speed Cap. So overall, definitely gonna be a pretty annoying unit to face as a rally trap in Ether Raid's defense. But once again, doesn't have access to infantry pellets, cannot run impact skills like Kagero. And here you see them surviving, and now here we see the new type of unit, I guess, harmonized units, because this is not a duo skill, because it doesn't say like duo here anywhere, so I'm assuming these are harmonized units that we're getting now. So this symbol, which I did make a video on actually because of the data mine, so this symbol is actually attached to these units and is not attached to a new game mode, but I'm still thinking that they're definitely going to be releasing a new game mode, because we still have so many tags about difficulty, about rankings, about bonus units, about rewards that we had in the data mine attached to Twin World. So I'm thinking that they're definitely going to be incorporating harmonized units with that game mode, because personally, this harmonized skill is super underwhelming. All it does is give you +4 attack and speed during combat for 1 turn. That's it. And the condition for that is that you need to be from the same game as Mia and Lucina. So that's that. That is super restrictive. Like, imagine trying to incorporate this in a practical team. Unless you basically build up every unit from that game, or you're just lucky and you have that unit who you have invested super hard into from that same game. So really underwhelming skill, I would say. And that's what makes me think that they're going to be having inherent value in this new game mode, because like, this is so weird. They have not really explained what the symbol is or what its significance is. So I think we might see that in a FEH channel or something like that. But overall, my thoughts on these heroes is that I'm incredibly disappointed. I mean, the art is really nice and cute, and I'm looking forward to the voice lines, but this opens up the gates for like just random units like being together from completely different games when they have absolutely no connection to each other. I mean, they could pair up units who have the same archetype, you know, maybe attach 2 Camus archetypes, 2 Est archetypes, similar like things could be done, I guess, but I think this is incredibly lazy, because they could just slap any 2 units from 2 different games and that's it. At least with duo units, you have to be a bit creative with something like Halloween duo Hector and Lelina, and with Trio Pala. But yeah, this just throws that out of the window, and opens a possibility for literally anything. So they could basically have any popular character here, along with another popular character from a different game. And I think this is gonna make a lot of people salty. Already I've seen some Lucina fans being pretty annoyed by this, that Summer Lucina is actually here. She doesn't have her Cipher art, which I'm probably gonna use in the thumbnail, and she's just here as a backup unit, that's it. I think she's just wearing the mask for fun. I don't think she's like seriously trying to hide her identity or anything like that. Because in FEH lore, people kind of already know that she's Lucina in a way. So that's gonna be the hero, and we actually do see her stats here because they go for the dual skill. So the stat spread is on your screen. It's actually pretty good. She does have way more speed than Kagero. Stat, same attack as Kagero actually. Pretty min-max, I would say. So that's really nice with damage reduction. deceptively bulky unit for sure, because 75 damage reduction is no joke. So that's the harmonized unit, and that's just my thought. I hope they can actually tastefully implement this, and I hope this is not like fully centered for a new game mode or something like that. But that's just my theory, honestly. So here we see the new heroes in the paralog, and here we see the Tempest Trial reward. That's gonna be on the next Tempest Trial on Friday, 19th. So we have got Rhys. I thought they would have Arthur from Sacred Stones because Lute is on this banner. I just want to see how Lute reacts to Rhys. So Rhys is gonna be an infantry healer. We just got Emrin as a free infantry healer, so I'm not really too sure why they just want to repeat that class type, but it appears to me that Rhys is going to be having pretty decently high HP. I mean, I know this is from the inflated lunatic map probably, but still I think he's going to be having higher HP. Let's hope that he has got a useful staff at least, so that's something that people could look forward to for those who don't want to invest into him. And the cost of plus and merging him is going to be pretty insane, so I hope he has got some really good skills and stat spread. So that is going to be it for my first impression and speculation of the Summer Banner. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this, and what are your thoughts on the harmonized heroes, as I'd like to put it, because they are definitely not duo heroes with no duo skill. So yeah, I do think that a new game mode is definitely coming because of all of those tags and because of this new harmonized hero out of nowhere. And it's just so specific. Like, this skill is not really all that good in like actual combat, so surely this must be for some kind of other game mode. That's just my theory, of course, nothing is confirmed. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank all of my YouTube members for their support. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like. It's going to be helping me tremendously. And share this video with your friends who haven't really seen the summer trailer, because it was only up for like 2 hours, I believe. So do that, and also subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as intern kun. So that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.